Hey guys, welcome to part 3 video of SEO Rise Prioritization Framework for SaaS products. In the previous two videos, you learned about what is SEO Rise Framework and how to use it. In this video, I'm going to talk about how your product lifecycle stage will influence the choice of sources to consider and how much to weigh each of them. So let's dive in. As cited in HubSpot's blog, every product goes through the stage of development, introduction, growth, maturity, saturation, and decline. For each stage, you need a different product and business strategy. Let's begin with the development stage. In this stage, the main focus for the team is to validate the market potential of the crazy wild idea of founders. If your product is in this stage, then you might be doing a lot of market research by interviewing potential users, conducting surveys, and whatnot. In the parallel, you might also be doing beta testing of your product. If we assume the participants in the research and beta testing are also your potential users in the future, their voice will have significant importance. Also, let's not forget the voice of the founders. After all, this product is being conceived with their domain expertise. Based on this understanding, these are the suggested sources to consider and their weights in the development stage of the product. As you may notice, I have weighed market research higher than beta users. This is because you'll be getting many useful ideas from research which may not necessarily be built in your beta product. So feedback from beta users may not necessarily give a full picture of the market. Also, all the founders bring in great insights from the domain expertise. Their opinions may be biased based on their personal experiences and may not be aligned with the larger market. But again, these are just suggestive weights. Your situation and strategy might differ from this example. Now, when you are in the introduction phase, your main goal will be to activate various customer acquisition channels. In this process, you will be speaking to many prospects, some with strong potential to become your paying customers. Since this is still an early stage for the product, it is very likely that your product may not be able to address all the problems that prospects have. In order to win over the prospects, you will need to listen to them and quickly turn around the product to have them become your paying customers. Here's an example of the sources to consider and their suggested weights. Again, this may differ based on your product and business strategy. Next, in a growth stage, expanding the market share is a priority. And for that reason, the focus is on optimizing the customer acquisition. Similar to the introduction stage, here as well, we will get tons of demands from the prospects that we are dealing with in the current times. And we want to make sure that we hear those voices and implement the changes on the product to win them over as paying customers. At the same time, we have newly acquired customers and they are also sharing some feedback and we don't want to disappoint them. So we may want to consider implementing some of the changes to keep them satisfied and happy so that they don't switch over to any other competing products. On the other hand, because we are working on expanding the market share, we are also watchful of the competition. We might be, it might be worthwhile to consider some of the features that competition brings into the market just to stay competitive and make sure that we are still able to increase our market share. In the previous video, I gave this example of my company, RouteSpring, and these numbers belong to that experiment. As you move forward in the product lifecycle, your focus will change to defending your market share, meaning optimizing customer retention. Also, during the growth stage, you probably acquired many new customers without considering to improve productivity of your internal teams to support customers. Now, maybe it is time you should consider improving productivity of your customer support team. So in this stage, the customers and the internal teams become a priority with some importance to prospects. I would like you to think more about these weights, and please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment below. In the saturation stage, the focus is on mitigating the competitive risks in the market. For that, you need to innovate and optimize your competitive positioning. So you'll be closely watching your competition as well as taking care of the feedback from the customers. If your product is in this stage, these weights might work for you. As the product comes to decline stage, the survival is the question. Your priority shifts to preventing your customers from leaving you. So your biggest focus becomes the demands from the customers and then the competition as well. These are the weights that I suggest for the decline stage. Again, I would like you to think more about these and please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment below. To help you get started with the SU Rise framework, I have shared the link to the spreadsheet template in the description below. Feel free to duplicate and modify it for your own use. I hope you learned something new and find this framework useful. If you have any questions or have any comments, feel free to reach out to me through any media as you prefer, and I'd be happy to get in touch with you. Thank you so much.